of you, and what will you say?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Fireside Chat. This is your host and lioness queen, Sistah Vee. I am excited to be here today. IntellectualRadio.com. Thank you for joining us. We was running a little behind, but nevertheless, we're here and we are ready to engage in the topic on boys to men, accountability, responsibility, and commitment. Let's see how these fellows will unpack the journey of what those three things played in the role of their development in the process of maturation from a boy to a man. I am very much excited to be here, y'all. These brothers are so, oh my God. They are some amazing brothers. And let me do tell you, they are very intelligent. Do not get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. I had to see that. Like, I watched them on their show, Shop Talk 7. And do you guys care to introduce yourself as anything, how y'all want to, like, how y'all do? Y'all
What's good, everybody? My name is D Smith. Get this D in the house.
How do I follow that? Well, I am the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony. I'm Media Monix, man. How y'all doing?
Oh, so good to have y'all here. I'm
Good to be
super
back.
duper excited. I had to piggyback on this because I remember the original shoot when Monix was shooting the one, and we jumped on this topic, and he was like, "I want to get in the topic. I want to talk. I want to talk." And then y'all,
Boy, did that turn into an argument. We riled them young boys up. I was scared. I'm like, I cannot fight.
No,
Let me
they
calm down.
actually was engaged, and then long after the camera was off, you guys were still flowing. So I was like, you know what, this is pretty good because you don't find this dialogue between the two generations like this. And surprisingly, they actually was listening to y'all. So I was like, you know what? I love passion. And I love when impact is being made, whether it's short term or long term. You know how it is. You may look back and say, I remember when Dennis told me this. I remember when Monica said that. And it may be at a time like, you know how we do, we mature and we have a different set of ears from what our parents told us. It was getting on our nerves when they were saying it, but later on in life, it kind of found us.
When it hit you in life and what they were telling you pops back up again. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of came to you, but I am so like, I don't know who phone it was. I thought that was my man. I wish I could see the comments, y'all.
Shout out to everybody, man. Good morning, everybody, by the way.
They probably been sitting there since then, like, where's they at? Where they at? Late, but nonetheless, we're here. So
sorry, y'all.
We sorry, just trying to get some stuff together. So yeah. We were talking about accountability, responsibility, and commitment. And what I found was accountability and responsibility kind of was like the same.
Accountability is taking responsibility.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, it's kind of like the same thing. But just to dive in, guys, just to dive right on in. I have questions, y'all, because I was thinking,
let them ride.
Flow.
Let them ride. We're here.
I know I got some brothers here that's gonna answer that. I absolutely love it, and honestly, I know we could just flow because we're all authentic in what we do, so we don't have to fake, Yeah. But I did sit up and think of some questions. So the first one is, what role does those three things play in the process to manhood? Like, in what ways did you guys develop that on your journey of maturation? In your own words, however you want to go with it.
How do we develop accountability?
Yeah, how did you come in? How did those things become developed? Because we don't see that a lot in the younger man. So I'm thinking, is it something that you're taught, or is it something that you develop along the way, or both?
Both.
Okay.
Probably both. Because even if you don't have a direct example like a father in the house, you may have other people who are exhibiting accountability, and most men tend to tailor themselves after other examples that they see in their proximity. So yeah, that's definitely one. So if you have a father in the house, that's a hell of a step forward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was blessed enough to have a father in the house and have uncles and grandfathers and, examples, in my proximity to see that. So it wasn't a whole lot you wasn't going to be accountable for, adding grandma and mama and all the rest of them. And yeah.
Wow.
You know, and the fact that you can get can we cuss? We can't cuss on here, can we? No, we ain't gonna cuss. The fact that you can get a whooping walking from block to block is a hell of an accountability tool. You know what I'm saying? So that's gone from the neighborhood as well. You know, my mom used to ride around and tell people, hey, if you see him cutting up, tear his behind up. And then come tell me, and then I'm gonna tear his behind up. So it's like you couldn't get away with much.
We don't have
know?
that now.
Mm,
Well,
nah,
you don't have that.
nah, not especially not outside of family.
Mhm.
You know, there's always been predators around, but now we're exposed to them, so it make a lot of people nervous. We don't trust each other community wise as much as we used to.
Mhm.
So that's about it. Like, I don't know. I probably feel the same way. Some dude I don't know. That's the problem right there. We don't know our neighbors.
That's true.
I don't remember the last time somebody invited me to a card game.
That's true.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So now some people who I probably would fight in the street with, if they touch my kids, it's gonna be a problem because we ain't built that rapport.
In that community,
Yeah,
like
there's
we
no
used to.
like in our arena, like it's all people invite me to an event, but not to play spades. And it's not that I don't think they are running from inviting me to play spades. It's just not what they own because it's always the hustle,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's definitely old school. You know, there's some neighborhoods that still may have some resemblance to that, but you know, I'm talking dinosaurs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When neighborhoods looked out for each other like that, that was one way I learned accountability. Getting married is a whole nother.
I was trying to wait because I think
That's a
both of y'all
whole
been married
nother-
before.
Yeah, that's a whole
Right?
nother.
I've been
ball
married a
game of
military amount of
accountability.
times.
Wow. You say what?
A military amount of times.
Mhm.
If you retire from the military, you got a couple under your belt. It's just how it go.
Wow. And
That's the
so that's
culture.
what I want. I wanted to wait for that because I know, first of all, I know that even if people are like in service right now or different ones is doing different things because that we wasn't on at the time they expected for us to be on. But even in the replay, I was like, I know, especially from my world, that the women like, who's them guys on the show? I know that. So I was like, I know they want to hear the magic question about get all off into that. But I was trying to wait and focus a little bit on our boys
Right.
and
Still
those three things that are, in my opinion, they're not there, you know. And I think that one of the questions I had was, do you guys think a male can call himself a man without that?
Yeah,
Really?
because there are flawed men out here.
Okay.
Like I'm flawed. Like my accountability comes from being flawed and not liking it.
Okay.
And the only reason I didn't like it was because I didn't like how people were able to talk to me.
Okay.
If people didn't talk to me crazy and I didn't feel guilty about it, I would never be accountable. Because I would just go on and doing what I was doing and living in my bubble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My
Mhm.
accountability came out of getting and realizing I was a bad liar. That's socially. I had professional accountability because the military just do that to you. But I guess I end up taking my military lessons and understanding that if I just stay on top of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's better for you long term.
Yeah.
Short term sucks, but in the long term, I don't got to keep lying. I can live in my truth. And now today, I'm heavy on living in my truth, and whether it's my vices or otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm heavy on living in my own acknowledging my vices. Like I do like that, and that's not okay for some people, but it's okay with me because that's where I am right now.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And if you don't like it, I get it, but it's just where I'm at right now.
Okay. Because then what that does is if it's somebody who don't approve, then it's up to them to decide whether or not they want to stay connected or disconnect. If it's something I'm doing that I'm okay with, but you're not okay with it, then I can't.
That's layered because people don't handle it that way. The same people who like, just tell me the truth.
Mhm.
They can't handle the truth.
They can't.
You know what I'm saying? It's
That's
like,
true.
tell me the truth. It's okay. Look, people lie to you because they want what they want out of you.
Yep.
Just keep it a buck. If I told you the truth, you wouldn't have gave me that. Now, really, they lied, but why is it so easy to get it from you from hearing something?
Mm.
That's a you thing.
Mhm.
It's that easy. All I gotta do is tell you what you want to hear, and I got it.
See, I didn't even unpack.
But that's because you wanted it too,
exactly.
and you was gonna make it any excuse you could to get it and
Mhm.
justify giving it.
Yeah, that is so true. But see, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, let me just hold off on that part right there. Cause see, that right there, that's the tender, juicy part that I know that ladies always, when it, especially see now that we just out there now, when we're talking about commitment. And I think that commitment. You say who that?
Who was that?
See? So I think that when he just said, I think in some instances we try to find a way to get it, even though upfront and personal, it's like, no, I'm not on that.
So
You know
you're
what I
not being
mean?
honest with yourself.
Right. So then we'll try to find a way to get it anyway.
So you're not being accountable.
Exactly.
Listen, he's heavy on accountability. I'm as heavy
Oh,
as he
is
is.
he?
I'm as heavy as he is in theory, but because I can't disagree with him.
Mhm.
But in practice, I'm like, man, I don't even care. You know, I don't need you to be accountable. What I need is food. I'm gonna wreck my brain trying to get you to be accountable. I don't have that kind of mental space. You know what I'm saying? It's like, sure, live in La La Land. Yes, no
Right.
problem. Where's the food?
And see, the reason I got a
Here's the
problem with
bill
La
money.
La Land is because La La Land, you're gonna try to take me in La La Land with you.
Yeah.
That's
and
why.
and that gets nerve wracking.
That gets nerve wracking. So I'm gonna need you to face reality here.
I just find it more stressful to get them to face reality than for me to live in La La Land.
It
Well, I don't live in La La
is
Land. You
stressful.
live in La La
Yeah,
Land.
yeah.
That I get called mean. That's the result of that.
Mhm.
The result of them living in somebody else living in La La Land and me not makes me look mean. I'll deal with that.
You know
Grumpy old
what?
man.
No, you have a point. Because not even just between like a platonic relationship between a man and a woman, but even with some like your boy or your
Friendships,
girl.
yeah.
Yeah, even in friendships,
Even in friendships.
there is a time when if I love you, I have to be honest with you and tell you that you're being delusional.
Mhm.
And if you mistake my honesty for being mean, then now you're telling me I can't be honest with you. So how are we going to have this friendship?
Well, sometimes honesty is mean though.
It's uncomfortable.
If I want to talk to you,
Mhm.
we talked about this on the show a week ago. If I want to talk to you,
Mhm.
I have to communicate with you how you need to be communicated. I can't. If I communicate with you how I feel like communicating with you, that's me trying to get my stuff off, as opposed to helping you.
Mhm.
So we do still have to watch it. We don't want to be. You're ugly, right? You probably just need to be told. But if I want you to receive the message,
Right.
I can't say that. Maybe you shouldn't wear that.
Yeah. We did a show.
Why don't you try this?
Okay.
You know, instead of that.
We did a show. Or the topic was what's more important, the message or the
Yeah, that's when we
delivery.
did it.
It's the delivery all day. Because that's basically what Monix is saying.
Mhm.
It's the delivery. But I don't think in some instances, it doesn't matter how I put some sugar and honey on it. It's still something I don't want to hear that.
You can't say the right thing to the wrong person.
Yes, that part right
It's-
there.
It's the delivery. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
No. That's them wanting to stay unaccountable though.
Mhm.
You know, like sometimes things aren't going to be told to you with sugar and spice and everything nice. Sometimes it just is what it is. It's black and white, and that's what it is.
That's what it is.
You know, and you have to receive it that way. And it's up to you to wrestle with it and put it in place in your life. But facts are the facts.
Yeah, like
You know.
I mean, I'm never going to be like, hey, you dumb mother bleep bleep bleep,
Mhm.
and maybe
Right.
because maybe that is what you are right now in this moment. But
that's not helpful.
but right. So I'm not going to do that. But I will say, hey man, no, that wasn't cool.
Right.
Simple as that. And there's no way around it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do have to suck it up.
Mhm.
Now I can pacify you later.
Right.
You know, because like I don't like being talked to like that. It's
Yeah.
not fun. I'm
Right.
not going to like you for a few minutes.
Right.
But
I'll
if
intake
we
it,
but if
though.
we really like that, we're going to discuss it later anyway. We're going to hash out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm the type. If I say that, I'll apologize. Hey man, I didn't mean to talk to you like that.
Right.
But this is what I was saying.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It came out wrong, but this is what I was trying to say. This is why feedback is important. You know how you're talking in the conversation and you ask, you understand what I'm saying? Or you're listening with the intent to understand, not to reply to me.
And that's a discipline. It's not nature.
Right. It's like you have to learn something you learn to do when you desire to perfect communication. Because some people just don't care. But we're talking about accountability, right? And that falls under that. Like I'm being accountable that if I hurt your feelings, because I was being totally honest, like a lot of our young men, they need some older men to be a buck with them. But what I find the fight at is that when I talk to men that's young men that's in their early 20s and they say, well, we're looking for somebody that's can tell us different things, but it seemed like the guys, our seniors, are trying to stay where we are. So how can I look up to you and you on the same thing I'm on at 23 and you almost 50? So what do you think the disconnect is with
They
that?
need better examples for sure.
I think
For sure.
I'm probably gonna get shot at for saying this, but I think the hip hop generation got something to do with that. Because, man, I hate to say this, but it keeps us extra youthful.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You knew who an old person was. Like when we was 40
Music,
looked different
yes.
20 years ago.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like these cats still singing Dusties. They Dusties was a lot more mature,
Mhm.
a lot more of the fairy tale that we believe. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, the music says a lot.
Mhm.
I think the music has a lot to do with it. And
The music,
like
the imagery.
I'm 41. Look how I'm dressed. I got rips in my jeans and dang. And I ain't saying nothing wrong with that, but it's an image that goes with the culture. It's a youthful culture. And so now if they 23 and they are rightly in their youth, and I'm 41, 42, and I'm talking just like them.
Right. Is it limited to clothes?
They don't always
or
hear
is it
because they don't
character?
always hear this. They hear the casual stuff mostly.
Mhm.
Like we yeah, hey bro, yeah, you
Yeah.
know, they hear that mostly. They don't not enough of them get to sit down and have this conversation in this tone.
And
we got to fix that.
Yeah.
And in another lane, a lot of these old guys want to stay youthful by being around the youth, and that's
Trying
what
to stay
they
relevant.
right, trying to stay relevant.
Okay.
And then they end up acting like the youth instead of teaching or imparting. You know, so they'd rather be accepted and seen as cool or seen as whatever, as opposed to you old head. Like people get mad when they get called onk. You know, like
Not
dude,
me.
I was gonna say, do that bother y'all?
No,
Somebody call you
man.
Uncle Old Head?
No, but it's definitely a
It's an eye opener.
it is an eye opener.
But I'm old enough to be some of these boys' dad.
Real talk.
So yeah, I'm up. To me, I'm 41. If you fit 25 on, you one of my babies.
Mhm.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You I gotta look at you like that.
Mhm.
And it's position. It's position. If a young man looks at you as uncle, old head, they don't mean it in disrespect.
Right.
You know, at least I haven't heard it in disrespect towards me. I've never taken it that way. You know, because I got uncles. When I was a young head, I had uncles. So yeah, that you know, we're growing up now, so we're filling that rank.
We the OGs now.
Yeah.
I got called pops at 34 for the first time. I was 34, man. Yeah, bro. It broke my heart. I ain't gonna lie. And the kid was 20. They called me pops. I was like, I didn't have all this great in.
I was gonna say, was you Salt and Pepper like
No,
you?
I wasn't, man.
You was married at the time, though, right?
Yeah, but I don't think my stepkids was calling me pops. At that time, this dude, no, they were, but nah, man, it broke my heart. But I embraced it though, because by then I saw a 17-year-old in the Navy, and I was 33. I'm like, no, they're here now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this way too long. You know,
Wow.
so but it's the game, man. It's a blessing to be far enough along to be called uncle or pops
It really is.
or OG. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good.
It
But to
really
be looked
is.
at it and you know, for guidance or wisdom or you know, something that'll, you know, push somebody forward. Like people come to us for advice.
That's good.
You know, we have all kinds of conversations on our show.
I
So,
know.
you know, people feel comfortable coming and talking to us about certain things.
And it's dope because we want it to be that.
Yes.
Because it's more
We're
than just
inspired
music.
to be that.
Yeah, it's more than just music.
And that's what I seen when I met y'all, right? Because you get some people, you know, that's just what I do for likes and views. You know, this is not really who I am off camera. Like off camera, I am not this person that I portray to be in the public eye. You know what I'm saying? So it was like the way it flows so naturally between y'all and my nephew and them when they got talking about women problems and you know, and y'all was just, it was a flow. Like I was just giving them nuggets and they was sucking it right on up. And I was glad
Pause.
that they were open.
Pause. See, that's the problem right there. That we trying to be young. Talking about pause. That's
What?
That's it right there. They were sucking it up. Pause. No,
What?
it's stupid. That's my problem. That's what we're talking about right now. Being young and silly. But yeah, they was taking them nuggets.
Talking about baby mama and all like that. So
All that.
Yeah, baby mama. You know, it's
Can a young man be effective without those things in their relationships with a woman or their child? Without all those things, accountability, responsibility, and commitment. Can they be effective or impactful in their relationships with their child or their girl without it?
No, you can't. No, you can't be impactful in anything without it. You can you can be impactful in a negative way. You can cause damage.
Yeah.
You impacted me this way. No, you got to be I'm gonna say this as a man. As a man, it's your job to set the tone. You know why? Because she's going to let you. So take care of that responsibility and do right with it. So a lot of us don't do that. Start there at least. Understand who you are. You are a man. So yes, you should do this because you're a man. And I know what are you going to be about gender? Because it is. Who's going to kill? If we had to hunt for food, who's going to kill the lion?
Right. Because I'm not.
That
I don't want to.
Exactly.
That aggression comes with other traits that's going to be necessary.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like she respects that authority. You know what I mean? She respects that A-type personality. Respect. That's partly why she's with you, because you subdued her in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you grab her tightly by the arm, she might act like she ain't like it, but she get chills through her body. You know what I mean? And we ain't gonna go too deep into that, but it's a conversation, some stuff about primal nature that says a lot about how a man or a woman should be. This is where we're best at historically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What happened that women are not receptive to that? It seems like in this day and time.
That's only conversation. In real life, they are like that.
I believe that.
It's just conversation.
Now,
in my experience, at least.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to. I don't know, because I get on and I do what I do because I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily like chasing after something, right? But then you have people who have really put in a lot of work, you know what I mean, over the years. And so one of the things that when I branded myself as a lioness queen, it was because I saw a clear picture of the pride. And in my very first episode, I broke it down how God gave me a vision of the family in the form of a pride of lions. And in simplicity, I said that the lioness the woman embodies the trait of a lioness, and she understands the benefit of empowering a king. And I always say, I'm not your competition, I'm your compliment. So, like, for example, right? I know y'all been out there longer than me. Y'all been doing y'all thing, right? Y'all that put a lot of work in and develop y'all following or whatever, right? So I want y'all to be a guest on my show because I want y'all to be a guest on my show, right? So did you take note that I was not pushing for y'all to share anything? I wasn't like, "Ooh, share it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I understand the hustle mentality, right? And some people do little slick little stuff to try to, you know what I'm saying, boost themselves or whatever. So I wanted that to be noted that I did not. Why? Because it's better when a man invites, right? So then when I saw you share it, y'all share on y'all own without me asking. See, it's like a formula. It works, right? It works, ladies. It works. It works when you can let and allow a man to lead and be who he is naturally. You don't have to try. Just be what you are. And it's absolutely natural. Am I telling the truth?
No, for real.
Yeah.
Like when you can't, if you get us to do something, it's less effective. Then some people, some women, from my experience, like it's like they want to try to get you to do it on their time because this is what I want you to do it. When you get off me, it's gonna get done.
I've been there.
I am an adult. They forget that, especially my woman's a single mother. I've had this conversation with her. I said, especially like some single mothers, they used to just telling people what to do.
Me.
And so when they talk to you, it's like, she'll even lump you in with the kids when they come to when she's mad about something. She's probably y'all gonna stop. Low key, I'll be having a juice in my hand at the time. I ain't gonna cap, but so it don't be off point necessarily. But yeah, just like we're gonna get to it. Unless we're not, then we just that type of person. But
Okay.
give us the space to digest that. We got to take an order right now because it does mess with our ego a little bit sometimes. But we're gonna do it.
Sometimes I see the desire, like you said. They may not say it, but they want it, right? Women, we want a man to lead and be responsible and accountable and committed. We're struggling with that part because that's a discipline that if he don't decide on his own that he wants that,
To you, what does lead look like? Because what we just talked about was you telling me what to do. So to you, what does lead look like?
What does leadership look like? It
A man
means
leading.
it means that I'm not Wonder Woman and I don't have to wonder things because you've been clear in where we're going. You've been clear in who I am. You've been clear in a lot of things where I understand. Somewhere along the line, you didn't want my trust for me to know that you can lead. And some women wants that safe place where I know I can let my guards down. I know I could just let go because he got it. And he's shown me that he got it. So for me, it's he's proven these character traits to me to let me know that he could take the lead. And I'm looking forward to him doing what he say he gonna do.
I bet you finna say what I'm thinking.
Let me ask you a question. What do women, and this falls under leading, what do women mean when they say they need protection?
I saw that question and I answered it. In my own words, for me, I can't speak for all women.
Okay.
For me,
and this is linking into what you just said too.
Yeah, no. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about, like just flowing. We may hit the top here and there, but I know we just gonna flow. For me, not just physical protection, like, oh, somebody at the door, go get the door. I think it's a robber. Of course, that's like really that's to be expected. It's a dog. It's a dog loose. You better protect me. Stuff like that. But from my own experience being a woman, I can't speak for all women. I find that I need to be protected from me sometimes.
In what ways?
In ways that I tend to not make good decisions sometimes. I tend to lead with my emotions, and it's not always a good outcome. And I know if I had that covering or that leader in my life who is not led by his emotions, but he's more logic, it'll be the perfect balance. Because even though I may not like what he's saying, if I trust him, I know he's telling me this for my own good. Even though, for example, we love our family, we love our friends, right? And y'all see things and we don't like to acknowledge when y'all right about something, or we'll try to prove y'all wrong. But in reality, y'all can say, this person ain't doing nothing but using you. This person ain't good for you. This person ain't mean you no good. And no. See, them emotions. Lil Johnny is this. He gonna be this. You better do this. You don't need it. No, he not. You see what I'm saying? Now that boy, see, we will lead with our heart and our emotions and be like, oh, but it benefits us when we have that leadership, that not just the woman, but the whole house, right? Because I think that we want both. We want to be in control, and we want the man to be what he wanted. It's like we want him to cut off his manhood and put him in our purse.
Y'all want to be a lot of women want to be treated like flowers, but they're 50 cows.
They
want a 50 caliber machine gun. One thing about a 50 caliber machine gun is that it's a beast, right? So if you don't treat it like a beast, meaning you got to handle it rough, it's going to bite you. So if you want to be treated like a flower, but you're a 50 cal, I'm sorry, honey. And I got to treat you like a beast.
And don't want to acknowledge that you're a 50 cal. There's no cookie cutter. I agree with everything you just said. So this is not a
no, I'm listening.
There's no cookie cutter way of leadership. Like I think when women talk about leadership, they only think about provision, meaning pay the bills and protect me from anything physical, like a dog or somebody trying to rob me or something like that. But they don't go deeper and consider that when you're asking a man to take leadership, all that dark stuff you got in the back closet, all them skeletons, all them bones, all of that stuff you don't want to look at because you want to be pretty for the world. That we gonna have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. This is what I was talking about earlier
especially if I gotta lead you.
And this goes into what I was talking about earlier about you got to be accountable for what you're bringing into my energy sphere. You know, if you want leadership, you got to understand that there's going to be a moment where we're going to have to maybe wrestle a little bit to get to a landing. You know, meaning you may have to come to an understanding. I may have to come to an understanding. We may have to come to an understanding. And it ain't about you. So come out your feelings, come out your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened in your past, family, daddy, mama, any other situations, you know, like rape or molestation or drugs or, you know, all kinds of stuff. These are things that we got to deal with under that leadership umbrella.
Yes. But can a man lead without those traits, those three things? Is he going to be effective without accountability, responsibility, and commitment? These young boys that's out here, they done discovered they got a little stroke. they done discovered they got something going on, but it's like it's so much missing inside your hollow of such substance.
I think the ones that are going to figure it out is going to figure it out though. The ones that's cut like that, it's men our age who are not accountable. There are people our age, so we like to do the age separator, but with a lot of people, it's just a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? Like these kids, these boys will be fine. The ones who cut like that is going to be fine. There's always going to be the goofy types. Some of these little boys are goofies, and some of them are going to be goofies when they're older. Some of them are goofies now, but they're going to figure it out. Some of them are solid now, but trauma will make them something else.
That's true.
That life is extremely dynamic. It's a lot of things going. It's a lot of things layered. Believe it or not, whatever good traits I have commonly have bad intentions, not the most humble intentions. You know what I'm saying?
The good traits you have,
they commonly have bad intentions. It's egotistic intentions.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna lie. I won't go into detail, but I've had a hit to my armor as far as how my integrity recently. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We dealing with that. But that's based on the fact that I've otherwise had integrity, right? So
you got credit.
So we're able to patch some stuff up, right? But me having integrity is largely based on the fact that you ain't finna talk to me like that. Simple as it's really there's rooted in that. It has positive benefits, but it's really like, hey dog, I ain't you, you ain't me. You feel me?
Okay.
So I do that so I can stand on what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's so but that's my battle. You know what I'm saying? Like it commonly comes from the weirdest places, and 1-2 make me go 3-4. 1-2 might make him go 5-6. And so we don't know who's gonna be who. The goofy still might give you the right thing at the right time. You know what I mean? These boys, and we watch TV mostly nowadays. I think it started with our generation when we got into that tube a little bit more than, well, we was always into the tube, but now we got devices. It started with us being able to, we the first group to talk on video games. You know what I mean? So we're so exposed to life. We're overexposed.
Yeah.
It's too much.
In the video games.
So how can you remain the way your parents try to make you when you see all of this?
Good morning, y'all on the chat. I can't see y'all from down there. Can you see Money?
Maria Purdue Stewart is watching.
Okay.
Julia Jackson. I thought
Hi, Jay. You started saying Janet Jackson.
I promise. We said Julia Jackson is watching. I thought it said Janet Jackson if you're nasty. But
you know what? You know it didn't say that.
It didn't say that though.
You know it didn't say that. Okay, so tell me something, guys. Both of y'all been married, right? In what ways did accountability, responsibility, commitment show up in y'all marriage? Did y'all master that? Is that something y'all struggle with?
Hell, heck, no. I failed, and I failed, and I failed.
Absolutely struggle with it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even say those words. Not gonna lie to you. I mean, I've been married more than once.
Really?
Yeah, I'm military amount of times.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm a retired military guy. Yes.
Why do you think you've been married so many times?
Because it's the culture. That's it.
I don't think
it ain't that big a deal.
I think you've been married a lot of times because you're a husband and not a boyfriend. That's what I think.
That could be part of it. You know what? Somebody hit me on that once. Well, you been married so many times. I'm like, yo, well, Would you rather me just running through the dirt?
Right.
Would you rather I just would you rather I not like would you rather I not lock in and attempt to make an honest woman out of this lady? Because we know what's gonna happen if I break up with her, she gonna be back in the streets. I'm saying not that she's gonna handle it recklessly, but she's available again.
Okay.
You know
somebody's gonna get her.
And it's very common for a person after a relationship
to be reckless,
to be extra open.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So if she leaves me, she's doing that to me. If I leave her, I'm doing that to her.
Okay.
In a sense.
Okay.
So you want me to go do the? Even my aunties have told me this. Why are you doing this? You're always in a relationship. You need to just flow and sow your royal oats.
Wait a minute.
I am an adult. I can't.
You know what? Wait.
I would. LOL, not Janet if you nasty. Yes, Janet if you nasty. Sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real.
No.
Well,
okay. Who that?
Shout out to Demita. That's Janet Jackson's middle name.
Oh my goodness. So wait a minute.
Rising. Who is this? Hi, Anthony Terrell. Hey, Journey. Did I say that right?
Okay. So wait a minute. I want to go back to when I asked both of y'all because y'all both had the same answer. When I said, did accountability, responsibility, commitment show up in the marriage when y'all was married? Y'all say we failed. Tell us about that. Tell me about that.
I'm divorced, so
well, it don't matter.
Failed.
It kind of matters.
Oh, so you think because you divorced that means you failed in those three?
No, it means I failed the marriage.
Oh wow.
Because I'm not married anymore. So that's a failure.
Oh my God.
I can tell you why I failed.
Yeah.
Why you failed, money?
Because I was trying to match energy, and I wasn't the. People view me as an A-type now. I don't view me as an A-type, but whatever people see in me as an A-type, I didn't have that before.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Especially with my son's mother, I didn't have it until one day I got upset and I started yelling at her, and it felt great.
Opened the valve up.
Yeah, opened.
Was you suppressing some stuff?
Yeah, for sure, for years. Okay. You know, I just knew I was befuddled, right? Because our relationship started off great, then it went bad, then it got great, and then it didn't matter because I just loved her. And then, she just would talk to me in certain ways, but then cooked the best meal ever. She was a great mother. We had fun outside, horrible time inside. She blamed me a lot for a lot of stuff. I mentally blamed her for a lot of stuff, but I wouldn't say it because I'm like, she complained enough. I don't want to add nothing to the fire. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying she wasn't right about some of it, but I didn't care where she was wrong because that's my woman. It is what it is. That's how I saw that.
No accountability on her part.
Go ahead. Definitely not. But one day I just yelled. I responded in kind, and it felt so good to match that energy. But now I'm acting like her. Respect is being lost.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I am a man. I'm putting food on the table. I took in 2 children who wasn't mine that are now mine. She ain't got to work. We got a small baby. I'm working so many hours a day. I showed them this and that, but all of that gets diminished when I start acting like her. And not even a knock at how she was acting, but just I realize now that as a man, I don't need to be matching her energy. And there's a way to deal with it without stooping to somebody else's level. And I didn't realize that at the time.
Toward the end of my marriage, it was going fire for fire. Like, if this is going in flames, you going with it. You will. That's period.
Who's going with it?
She's going with it.
Oh, okay.
She's going with it.
Okay.
And at that time, I had lost all my tools to work with it, so it was just survival.
Yeah. Imagine a man having to be in survival mode with his woman.
It ain't. And then when
feeling like
I think it's happening everywhere. Go ahead.
It is. And then when the verbiage started to switch up, when I started to hear her inject things like verbal abuse, things of that nature. Like, oh, you've been talking to somebody, like an argument back and forth is an argument back and forth. If we in bad times, we're in bad times. I'm not gonna call that verbal abuse on your end. But now you're starting to use this in our arguments now. More and more and more. Oh, I see where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it finally hit the fan, I was done. So I'll take that as a failure, but at the same time, I was young when I got married. I got married at 22.
Oh yeah, he was a baby.
Childhood sweetheart. We got together at 12.
Oh.
See, I've been together forever. It was like right for y'all to get married.
Yeah. We knew each
at
other's
22.
family. You know, I knew her background. I know the grandmama stories. I know the down south stories. You know, I had insight to a lot of stuff that is priceless.
It makes
now.
sense for y'all to be married.
So dating now, it's like when it comes to accountability, I can't. What's your family history? What you know about your grandmama?
Okay. First of all, what's going on in the chat? I don't know what they saying, Monix.
Yes, because matching a woman's energy is sassy.
No,
that's Shamaya all day long, ain't it?
That is that's Shamaya.
I know, because she always say that's sassy.
No, it ain't.
Hey, look,
why is it? Why are you not responsible for the energy you give?
Right.
Why is that not a question? Why is it always about what the man responds?
What is it called when she's
Shamaya? Call in Shamaya.
What is it called when she aggresses a man and put him there?
What is that called?
Like I'm taking accountability by understanding that I shouldn't have matched their energy.
Right.
But now I don't like to point fingers, but I'm gonna do it today. What is it called when she puts you in this defensive mode like that, where you feel like all you can do is match her energy
knowingly?
You know what I'm saying? I am still a man here. Yeah. What do I do? Yeah. I can't punch you in the face. Woo! It is nature dictates that if you inferior to me physically, I pound you for aggressing me.
Get you out the way.
That's what nature dictates. Somebody stop me when I'm wrong.
708-223-8953.
But we have social contracts.
So she's lucky that I was just sassy. Would you rather me punch her? Because I'm embroiled at this moment. If he put his hand in my face, I gotta punch him. But if you put your hand in my face,
I gotta walk away.
It's safe to do that.
No, it
ain't mentally safe for me.
Right. Okay.
Because you just aggressed me.
And nowhere in nature is that possible.
The chat is like, who's that?
Nowhere in nature is that possible.
Okay, come on, Shamaya.
What's up, Shamaya?
Shamaya says that men say what they mean and mean what they say.
Women don't.
Yes, I'm gonna roll my eyes. Yes, I'm gonna be emotional because I'm a woman. Expect a woman. Okay, here we go.
No. Keep. What else you say?
Because expect a woman to be nothing less. No, I tell you what.
No. What was that last part?
That's all I said. Expect a woman to be nothing less but emotional.
So,
go ahead, get it, do it. You got it. Let me take it.
Okay, listen. Expect a woman to be nothing less than emotional. So y'all are children.
I am.
Shamaya, 708-223.
She said answer the phone.
So y'all are children. Is that what we're saying?
She said answer the phone.
Oh.
Because I don't buy that women are emotional, men are logical argument.
I have to give my baby a bottle because she's emotional.
Thank you for calling the Fireside Chat, Intellectual Radio. Who are you calling from?
Intellectual Radio. Who are you calling from? This is Shamaya.
Hi, Shamaya. What you got on the topic, girl? Who you talking directly to?
What I have on the topic is being emotional is not being childish. Let's look up the definition of emotional. Yes, a woman tends to be more in her emotions than a man. I was a pastor, a well-established man said, women don't understand men because they want men to overly explain and overly talk to them and overly argue with them and overly go back and forth. Men don't do that, but we don't know because we didn't grow up with fathers to know that men don't speak, men don't talk. So we have to learn men, right? So if a man is arguing back and forth with me, why are you stooping to my level? You're supposed to be my head. There should be no argument. No matter what I say to counter or anything, you said what you said. Silence. What I'm gonna do? Argue with myself? No. Men lower themselves down to a woman's level when you're supposed to be my head. You're my leader.
Well, I think I was acknowledging that I was wrong.
You're supposed to be looking up.
No, I don't think anybody's
there will be no argument. It starts and ends with the man.
So
that's why there's an argument.
Well, let's just say this real quick before you go, D. Smith. When I was speaking on that, I wasn't justifying matching her energy. I wasn't justified, but it's interesting that we got to get called that because we're put in a place to where we don't quite know what to do in the moment. I'm trying to, like, in my situations now, I do understand that there's a more effective way to deal with it. Now I understand it. I didn't understand it then. I ain't had nobody telling me what to do or no advice at the time. I'm just in a bubble. But so
men don't understand that their silence speaks volume.
We don't, and women don't understand, and women in that position don't understand that your words cut me very, 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 very deeply. And don't tell me that women are emotional. Men are emotional too. Because when I'm quiet, that is an emotion. When I'm angry, that is an emotion. When I hit you from the back with aggression, it comes from an emotion.
And God didn't be out to be emotional.
Yes, he
y'all
did. I just told you.
Sweetheart. Yes, he did.
Well, why do I get angry then?
Thank you.
You said what?
Well, why do I get? Well, why do I get angry out of my control? I can control what I do with the anger, but I get angry. I get sad.
Why do y'all want somebody that ain't gonna play over y'all? That's emotional.
You said what?
Why do y'all want somebody that's not gonna play over y'all?
Play about y'all.
Play about y'all.
That's an emotion.
That's an emotion. You want a man to feel a certain way about you, that he's gonna go to the lengths to protect you, or do what it takes to show people or show the world that you belong to him.
Yes,
right?
in a masculine way. Arguing with me is not.
No, what I'm saying is, understand that if there's an argument, the energy has to come from somewhere. So why is it that the man has to be accountable on his end for the reception of the energy, and you not be accountable on your end for the delivery of the energy?
Because the man sets the tone. I am a reflection of you. So if you sit down and you start the conversation at the tone that you want it to be, and it's not an argument and nobody is high on emotions, that's where the conversation is going to stay.
But
the woman is a reflection of the man.
I understand
so if you're
that.
coming off aggressive,
Not at 40.
I'm going to get you aggressive because you're giving me aggressive.
But what I'm
if
saying,
you're coming off gentle and sweet, what I look like giving you aggression?
What I'm
A
saying,
man is supposed to handle his woman gently, and that's something that men don't do anymore.
understand, sweetheart. Understand what I'm saying.
That's a lie.
That is not
not
very not
maybe
very much.
maybe the men.
Listen.
Some women know.
Okay, this they turn to talk. So listen.
To your point about men ain't like that no more. It's the men that you attract that are not like that.
No, men in general. All the
That's
You don't
not
know,
true.
but you don't know
That's
men
not
in
true.
general.
That's
Honey.
not,
You can't blame. You can't put it on podcasts.
that's not true. That's not true. Men are triggered by certain things. You know what I'm saying?
And it's
And
always
if you don't have,
somebody
and
else's
just
fault.
like women are triggered by certain things. If a man is doing certain things to trigger you to be gentle with him, if a man is triggering certain things in you to say, you know what, I'm gonna shut up. I really do want to pop off because I feel like what he said, he said that a certain way. I ain't like the way he said that one little bitty thing, even though he just gave you a whole dissertation. You're gonna ignore all that stuff and go cling on to one little piece that made you feel a certain way. That's gonna make you stop a second and listen. So everything that you're talking about a man leading a conversation in a certain way, in a certain tone, and then this woman following suit. If this woman doesn't have those tools to recognize that, she gonna pop off with energy the same way you called in with.
I'm just like this. I don't have an energy.
So again, you want a man to take that under his leadership.
No,
you just like that though. But you just like that. So you on autopilot.
If I'm being treated gently, if I feel safe, if I've never been disrespected, if I've never been yelled at, none of that, whether you come at me sideways or not, I'm gonna know that what you're saying to me is out of love. Therefore, the offense is never gonna take place in the first place.
Never gonna take
for
place.
me to pop off. The offense is not gonna be there because he's already set the tone for the offense not to be there.
Do you talk to your boyfriend like this?
Even if he's saying it aggressively, like
do you talk to your boyfriend like this?
You said what?
Do you talk to your boyfriend like this in the same
I don't
tone?
have a boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
Okay, they done with the conversation at this point. Thank you for calling in, Shamaya.
Because it's the truth, and men don't want to. They don't want to be accountable. They don't want to be the one that has control over everything. Like it's really them.
Okay.
But all right, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shamaya.
Thank you, Shamaya.
Listen, this is what I want to say about a woman being a reflection of a man's energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 41. I usually dated my age group.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't a reflection of my energy, not coming in.
Gotcha.
It's a lot of other energy she got on her. She got a lot of relationship trauma, as do I, that's coming in. So this is why I always joke about dating after 40. Like, it's a really bad idea. Like, it's horrible to date and think you're going to get longevity after 40. Not that some people don't do it, but it's just that we got so much on us. We don't even have enough mental space to be naive.
You can't unpack your own bags.
What's going on in the chat?
You know what I'm saying?
You know?
I want to know what the lady.
First of all, thank you, Shamaya.
Thank you,
Shout out to
Shamaya.
Shamaya.
Thank you,
Jackson,
Shamaya.
if you're nasty. When I'm
Stop
quiet,
saying
that
it
is
about
when
my-
I'm quiet, that is an emotion. Yeah, she said that's good. She liked what we were saying.
Okay,
When you're
good.
quiet,
good,
yeah, when I'm
good.
quiet is an emotion. Right now, this is emotion.
Okay, so based on what I just heard from you guys, and
Yeah.
I don't know. You say you 41? How old are you?
43.
Oh wow, I feel like I'm the
I know
dinosaur.
you look 25.
You know, y'all both look good, but
Thank you.
it's y'all took care of yourself. I could tell. I'm 46,
Mhm.
and I'm divorced too, and I'm
divorced 3. Hey,
Okay, so what I heard was when y'all were talking about you was in a marriage and you had suppressed emotions and feelings and things that you wanted to communicate, but you weren't in a safe place to do that. I find that to be very interesting because most of the time, especially in a relationship or a marriage, a committed relationship or a marriage, pillow talk seems to be that moment where a man or a woman seems to get things off their chest because everybody open and vulnerable and then had a good time. Okay. So nobody's feeling threatened in the morning. Nobody's feeling, so it's like, okay, this is my time to say what I've been wanting to say because I see that you is like nice and low and mellow right now. And this is a good time for me to say, I really didn't like, that day, remember whatever, this is what happened. And, that really hurt my feelings. And this is what I was really trying to say was, because now you're in a different mode.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be concerned when it's been a nice amount of time that gone by and you ain't never really felt safe on either side to say that. And what really I'm like, oh my God, because I heard another man say that when men divorce, they feel like they failed. They feel like a failure.
Well, that's what the
Not all
world.
of us,
That's what
but-
the world tells us. That's what society tells us.
Is it just y'all, or is it just it's the couple both of both
For
parties?
me, it's me taking accountability,
Right.
because I can't take accountability for her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I try my best, and it don't always work, but I try my best not to point fingers. Because
Right.
what am I going to get out of that?
True.
Not much, and she ain't here to defend herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I look at what I do, what I could have done better because I want to be better later. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So has that you applying what you learned through those experiences, did that help your relationships moving forward?
No,
It did not.
I'm my new relationship. We've been in it for a year. That means I was available at 40. So I'm going to say no, not yet. I hadn't been proven yet.
Okay.
I think I've made strides in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I was able, but I went into this one able to deciding that it's safe to be myself and in all my flaws and glory. This is who I am,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to respect you as best I can. But this is who I am coming in the gate, and you accept this or you don't. You don't have to accept this. It's peace if you don't accept it. Still love. I'm okay with being that. Whether that's whatever the vice is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You second that, Dennis?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me add to that. I lost my identity after my divorce, and it was weird because you prop yourself up to be a husband and a father, and then you're just that. You know what I'm saying? And when you're no longer that, even though you're still a father, but when you leave the home, it's such a detachment from your body, and it threw me for a loop. And it really caused me to have to look at all the drama that was coming through it. It was just like you couldn't run from nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I had to face everything head on, going to court without a lawyer, facing domestic charges. It's bullshit. And I didn't
Crap.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Crap.
Bullshit.
Which I was acquitted of course.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the fact that I had to go through that right before my divorce.
Yes.
And this is all happening right in front of my family, in front of my in-laws, in front of my family, kids. And so it was a real jolt, you know what I'm saying? And so I learned a lot from my marriage. And even though I went through hell, the lessons were valuable. And, I have a relationship now, but it took me some time to get to a place where I could trust women again, and not just trust women, but trust myself, So, yeah.
I didn't have what I recognize as an identity until last year.
Really?
People had decided my identity for me, so I went with it.
Mm.
Oh, you're alpha male,
Yeah.
you're masculine, you're intelligent, you're this and you're that. And they told me this. And I always went with it because I feel like, to a degree, I still feel this way, but I felt like what they think matters because I'm in front of them.
Mm.
And I still do believe that to some degree. But I wasn't comfortable being who I am till beginning of 23. And that transition caused me problems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That transition caused me problems. And I realized at that moment that I was okay with that. It's supposed to shake the room.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's gonna be some good come from that, some bad come from that, some sour taste, some stuff that tastes sweet as honey.
You gonna sleep better though.
Did I? Do I?
You gonna sleep.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Like,
You gonna feel
but
better.
see, if I'd have known this earlier in life, I would have been got this out the way.
I was gonna say that
Because I don't come from a culture where we talked about or verbally expressed, hey, this is what we expect. My family, I just saw them move and I moved like that and we had fun. And it's still that way today. But now I'm supposed to be able to tell my kids, give them some standards. I only saw standards. I never had them explained to me. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean? And the standard was the men in my family are womanizers. And it was applauded.
Gotcha.
Even my grandma told me, you need to get more women. You don't need to be trying to. This is my grandmother. Love my grandmother. Still my baby. Costs me $100 every time I see her. But you know, it's my baby. It is what it is. You can have it. But yeah, I didn't have that. So I ain't had nothing I recognized as identity till last year. And I'm still sorting it out.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
That is really heavy because I say that because I believe that that's what we're looking at in our young men and our seasoned men is the lack of identity. But I also believe that there were different traumas and different things that taken place to cause them to question who they are and not be confident in who they are. And the journey of recovery, like you just said, like it took me a minute to come back into myself. I had to evolve through all of that and find myself again so that I can present myself present to somebody and not behind all of that.
D.
You
Smith,
see what I'm saying?
D. Smith, for young men, even without trauma, do you expect them to have it prior to 30? Like, would you forecast that he's going to find himself before 30, even without like some kind of excessive trauma? Because I don't think it's necessarily going to be that before they have children, before they go through things that show them what they're made of.
Yeah.
Like you think you got a plan until you get hit in the mouth.
Mm-hmm. Now there are some people because life be hitting people in some weird ways, man.
Absolutely.
Some weird ways. So it's a lot of people who probably had to find themselves at 5 and 6 and 7 years old on some real talk because of the traumatic situation they were born into. You know, like I know people who had to take care of their brothers and sisters and then come to school and then go home, make sure brothers and sisters in them ate.
Grown too fast, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
and they're supposed to do well in school.
You know what I'm saying?
And even the ones who do well in school through that are still dealing with certain traumas.
Yes.
Right.
That
It's
we
gonna
don't
come
see,
out.
that we don't see because it presents well up front.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely think minus that there are ways that men can find themselves. Life will throw you some haymakers, man.
Look, I didn't start having traumas that I recognized as trauma until I was 34 years old.
Was you in a relationship?
No, it wasn't from the relationship.
Was you in one?
I was married.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So no, but it was family loss.
Okay.
I didn't have anybody close to me. I had a first cousin died when I was 13, but we wasn't that close like that. I mean, I loved her, but I didn't see her every day.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden my granny's sister started dying. Then she passed. You know what I'm saying? My granddaddy passed 10 years prior, but we got through that. But like, this is a barrage.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time I'm dealing with loss. Who am I after loss?
Somebody different.
You know what I'm saying? I had been divorced. I couldn't even acknowledge how that changed me. All that did was feed a fire I had in me, really, because I'm 25. I'm fit. I got a few dollars. I own a home. I got all the stuff that's a flex.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she left the house, all I was thinking about was how many women I could run through here. That's literally what genuinely went through my head.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I was deflecting. I was excited about the idea that I'm going to get all of these women because I got my own crib. Because this is my first time having my own place or something like it. Because my first place was with her.
Yeah.
All my adult stuff was with her.
It was your first solo dolo.
My first solo dolo. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? I had a Buick Century. My cousin lived with me. He had a Dodge Charger, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my joke was, he'll get the women. I keep them. He got the flashy stuff. I got the house. Go get him and bring him here.
Tag team.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
get it.
That was
It was a magnet.
but, you know, I wasn't articulating these things the way I am now. I'm just in the moment flowing. My whole life was flow. I didn't make a real decision until my baby was getting ready to be born. I was like, oh crap. I gotta really find what I'm gonna be doing in my life because I got a son here now and I'm inheriting his siblings. So now I got 3 kids. And what am I gonna do? And that's when I decided to take my naval career serious. You know, like my success in the Navy happened on the back end. Started shooting up, and then I ended up having to get out, you know, because of the heart problem. But I didn't know none of this stuff, man. First of all, mental health is a buzzword. I didn't hear this until 2 years ago.
Mental health.
It's important.
You know, I didn't hear that stuff until 2 years ago.
What they saying in the chat, Monix?
Oh crap.
Let's just see what they say.
What's his sign? Shemaiah.
Whose sign?
Whose sign, Shemaiah? We'll let you know. Well, I'm a Libra. And unfortunately, he's an Aries.
No, watch your mouth now. Watch your mouth.
If you ask, Chill told me to post that. It's easy to make an Aries. She said mine. I'm a Libra.
Oh, she is. Well, she called herself that too. I ain't
she's
into
a
all
Libra?
that. That's just crazy. But yeah, she go by that. She's October.
She said,
13th.
okay, no wonder. Now, what does that mean?
She October Libra.
She says, okay, no wonder. What does that mean?
That's what she into that. I don't know nothing about that. That's what they.
The last time somebody said that, they thought I was a misogynist. That's what made them say it.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I wonder what she means by it.
So far, what I have learned, guys, from y'all today is on the journey from boys to men. It's a journey, and through that journey, I don't know if it's a desire that you feel like I got to get to this. And then life just kind of molds you in a way where you discover, like he just said, like it's things that I need. I don't know what I need. I don't know that I need to come into these character traits or these character. I don't know that I need to do that. But somewhere along the journey, it's not an overnight thing. In other words, it's something that you have to develop into, and you're gonna go through all kind of stuff getting there, and you still not gonna ever really be there. But at least you done discovered that, hey, I need this. I need to be this way.
Whenever you get there, now what's going on in your brain is how do I sustain it?
How do I stay there?
And what is there?
Okay, like
what
you
is
have
there?
where you have developed accountability, responsibility. You done found a commitment or dedication. You done found out what that was. You done found out somewhere through your journey that, you know what, this is good for me in a sense. And then, like he said, once I get there, now I have to maintain that. So that's a whole nother
to me, the moment you realize you're there, you're really not there.
Okay.
Because it's hard not to be arrogant when you know.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm accountable.
I'm there.
And then now chinks in your armor start to form because people are going to hold you to that.
Right. So before I even get close to the end, I got to crack this open because I know the ladies is wanting me to go there. Okay. So let's go there. He say,
What you got?
Okay. So fellas, tell me something. First of all, I hope they ready for this. Have y'all dated or will y'all date a church girl?
Yes,
and tell me what that was like.
Yes, I have. I'm cautious to date church girls.
Why?
Because I'm tired of all of them being a prophetess. I'm tired of them having an anointing. Half of them are lying. And as soon as I quote them a good Bible verse, we're having sex.
Yeah.
That's my history with church girls.
Yeah.
Really?
Very much so.
See?
I feel like I grew up in church.
With church women.
Yeah, I grew up in church. But yeah, it's a safe space to lie to yourself.
Very safe.
It's a very safe place for you to lie to yourself and tell yourself you're not like all the other women when you're doing the same exact things all these other women are doing.
Because first of all, the very nature of you being a church girl means you got to come outside to find a man because it ain't that many men in the church. You think so? You're not outside doing unoutside things. Unoutside things. You're not outside doing unoutside type things. Getting these men to be with you. You're making yourself available in the ways that most people are making themselves available. Whether that's it's not always packaged the same, but it's commonly the same end result.
Yeah, it also gives you another lens to judge on a level you don't have a right to judge.
If you had God in your life, amen. Well, if you didn't have money,
so wait, okay, so wait a minute. Okay, so you said your experience is that when you quote them a verse, then that the panties is
When they
dropping because
realize
you
I
quote a
got-
verse.
When they realize I got some kind of biblical perspective that they haven't heard, because I have a biblical perspective probably that a lot of people hadn't thought about. Not that they don't have it, but just ain't think they haven't thought about it. They get riled up. Obviously, this is based on the ones that are attracted to me, not just any old body here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anytime I talk about anything I've done with women or can do with women or will do is because those women are attracted to me. So let's just get that clear. I know I ain't the most handsome fellow, but for a few like me. But so at least 12. I got about 12 people out of the 8 billion. They rock with me. You hear me?
At least 12. How much?
You know, hopefully a
At
few
least
of them are in
12.
Chicago. Rose gonna kill me for that. But okay. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? So it's we're all easily accessible to each other. If I want you, I'm gonna find a reason to let you in.
I'm gonna tell you what I think the deception come in with church girls, and only because
Not
I've been on
deceiving me.
that side of the fence before.
Mhm.
And
Talk
I
to
think
us. Talk to us.
I'ma
Come
tell
on.
you-
Come on.
I'm always gonna keep it up anyway.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But what I think that we end up in situations that we really don't want to be in, because we really don't. But I think some type of way we've been convinced that we are above human failure. And I think that there's a when you're in a community of people, everybody the same, everybody think the same, everybody doing the same things, and
It's a
you know,
monolith.
you start believing
It's a monolith.
that you are untouchable. And at the end of the day, I tell people all the time, once you go behind that door and close it, I don't care if you from the Netflix and chill. I don't care if you invited him over for dinner. I don't care. Once you close a door, baby, anything is possible. Because you're a woman and that's a man.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, that's who y'all are. Above all that other stuff, you just a woman and he is just a man, and he ain't forgot. He don't care what your status is. He ain't forgot how to get it.
Y'all
Okay?
could-
And this is why
y'all could do Bible study real quick if it make you feel more comfortable.
you feel me? We can get in Leviticus right now.
Real quick. You know what I'm saying? Break
We
this
can,
down a little bit.
we can
Okay.
go over Proverbs 31 if you need to. I'll tell you something bad about you. I've had a woman get excited because I told her something that was against women from the Bible.
And it worked. See? So
Because y'all ultimate motive is to see what's gonna get you going.
No, not now.
Yes.
Not in my
Well,
late,
not now.
not as of my late 30s. No,
Yeah.
it ain't because I got a girlfriend. I still like women. I still think other women are very beautiful.
Okay.
But but what I'm saying about now is that I'm an adult. I've had enough times with women where I don't have to look for sex to get it.
mhm.
It's there.
Yeah.
I can really hang out with you because we're gonna do that anyway.
That's crazy.
It's not crazy. That's human
No,
nature.
it's-
If you let me in your space,
I'm just saying. I'm saying that for me now. I'm getting ready to close in a minute.
Mhm.
But what has? Okay, I can't speak for all women. I
Mhm.
can't do that. But for me, nothing else. I found out just like Cinderella tried on different shoes, they didn't fit.
Mhm.
Only that one shoe fit. And I feel that way through my journey of trial and error, everything. I ain't perfect. I done some things wrong, but I am not a woman that sleep around at all.
Mhm.
I don't play that because in my mind, I am all of that he needs. He don't need to go nowhere else. And so
Mhm.
if he decide, he has to see me. He has to see me. He has to find me and know what he done found. To where he knows that this is it. I don't need to do this no more because I got every single thing wrapped up in this one woman. And he needs to know what he's getting. So he's not going to be without anything. He laughing, but it's the truth. And we see men thrive when they have a woman in their life that's really for them.
they also commonly got side chick too. Though.
So you know what?
Very
You know
commonly.
what? If we wait a minute, you know what? That could be true.
Mhm.
But they
But
do
the
have
way
her.
I see it, you know how I take my brass and say she don't want no pieces. Okay. If you everywhere, how can I safely build? I need all the pieces. You need to go back and get them all. Bring them over here to me.
Well,
so we
me
can
having-
build.
Take my Braxton
So-
divorce, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying her
Right.
song. Her
Oh.
song. I'm saying the
Oh,
song.
also,
When she
okay.
says she don't
Oh.
want no pieces. And I was like, I get it. I looked at that like, because you everywhere. In order for me to build like I want to build, I need all the pieces. I ain't finna share. So you know what I do to keep the game fair? I close the garage and lock it. That way I ain't expecting nothing from you because I ain't giving you nothing. You ain't expecting nothing from me. And you understand, like you say, you reached the point of your life where you just, this is what it is. And how many women you know like me probably a grain of salt.
I know a lot of women that talk
So,
like you.
No,
I know tons of them.
I know. Oh, I know.
And I don't
I've
know.
been her.
And I don't know that
A
you
whole
are
lot.
who you are.
But I've been
only
there.
only you know that you are.
I've
who you
been. I know all about that too.
Mhm.
Hence the reason why I learned that don't fit me. A situationship don't fit me. Booty call don't fit me. Everything I look at, and no matter how I turn it, I don't fit that.
I also want you to understand this though. Just because you gave me some energy, don't mean you sleep around. That don't necessarily mean that. Just
No,
by the way.
I understand that, but I'm saying that women have to be okay because I done settled in at this. I'm going to be a great woman. I'm going to impact my community. I'm going to raise daughters and women and wives and not hoes and tramps. I am going to serve my kings. I'm going to be an asset to his life, whether we are blood or not, together or not, doesn't matter. When I get into a circle of kings and men, I am a student. I am here to learn because ain't no other teacher greater than y'all. Every single thing I know, honey, I've been taught college courses from a man. So I take all of what I've learned and I turn it into something that can impact my community where it's not, I'm not producing because we're going to produce something. If I'm going to produce after my kind, then it's got to be a wife. Hence my daughters married as virgins. I never groomed them to be nothing else but a wife. And the only person was going to see them was a man that wanted one because you can't find what you ain't looking for. You ain't looking for nothing good. You ain't going to find nothing good. I don't care. You ain't looking for that. You looking for what you found. You found that because that's what you was looking for. So at the end of the day, I cannot go wrong being a woman in my place. And I'm going to stay in my place and I'm going to be productive and I'm going to be accountable and I'm going to be responsible and I'm going to be committed and dedicated to what I'm doing. And I did not wake up like this. It took a journey for me to get here, but it works for me. It works for my community. It works for my brothers. It works for my children. So it works. And I am your host and lioness queen, Sistah Vee. This has been a Fireside Chat on IntellectualRadio.com. Thank you guys for joining us today. Until next week, y'all be blessed.